I've got the top tech stories for you from this week, but first, let's start with Apple. Some iPhone users are going to find that they're going to need to upgrade their devices, and it's not because Apple is slowing them down this time. Meta announced that WhatsApp will no longer be supporting any iOS devices that are lower than iOS 15. This will begin May of 2025, and it means any iOS devices that were made before 2014 are no longer going to be able to use WhatsApp. This is because they just can't support any iOS versions that are higher than iOS 15 and therefore are no longer going to be on the WhatsApp platform. This really sucks for people who have older versions of iPhones because a lot of people I know use WhatsApp as a primary method of communication with their friends and family. And this means that they're going to be forced to buy a newer iPhone or switch to Android. So if this affects you and you are going to make that switch to Android, you might want to wait till 2025 when Realme releases their 8,000 milliamp battery phone. That's close to 2 times the size of the iPhone 16 Pro Max's battery and would be the very first Android phone to have a battery of that size. Best yet, you only will need 70 minutes to charge the battery from 0 to 100, which is blazing fast, especially when you compare it to the charging speed of an iPhone. But even though I'm here slandering the iPhone's battery, I have an iPhone and I don't plan on switching, so take everything I just said with a grain of salt. Apple may not be getting sued for slowing down their devices this time, but they are getting sued by a former employee. An employee that used to work in advertising technologies at Apple claims that Apple's privacy policies restrict his chance of future employment. During his time at Apple, they forbade him to participate in any public speaking engagements and also talk about his job on his LinkedIn profile, which he was forced to remove posts from. Now I'm going to take this point from the 9 to 5 Mac article. He now blames Apple for a fruitless job search. Does suing your former employee over broad privacy violation accusations include your prospects on the job market? That is a great question. Publicly attacking your former employer because you can't find a job is probably not the best idea, especially at a time where unemployment in the United States is at its highest since 2015. To be honest, it just sounds like he's just trying to secure a bag so he doesn't have to work another day. But good luck to him, because I don't know if there's much fruit in this case. Intel is making moves and they're planning on releasing a new graphics card on December 15th. The full performance of this card has yet to be released, but it's expected that the card will be able to compete with Nvidia's 4060 Ti. Obviously, the 4060 Ti is not the best graphics card, and that's because Intel is trying to capture some of the budget GPU market. Probably because they just know that they can't keep up with Nvidia's technology anyway, so they might as well just not try and go for the low-hanging fruit. I really wonder how the market will respond to this new graphics card. Will it be a huge success, or will it just be another move that is going to lower their stock price? Speaking of the stock price, that's probably why Intel CEO Pat Gelsinger, well, former CEO, has now resigned. Their stock price is doing much worse than what it was doing 4 years ago when he first took the position of CEO. You know what, Intel? Maybe instead of building a new budget GPU, probably should have focused your resources on something else like AI. Like the more successful company Microsoft, who announced that their AI Copilot will now be able to browse the web with you. It's a feature that has already been rolled out on beta for a select few devices, and it allows the AI to view your screen while you're browsing the internet so that you can ask questions about what you're seeing on your screen. Pictures, text, or even handwriting are all fair game for the AI, and you can ask it questions on anything you're seeing. Best yet, you don't even have to type to speak with it. Just use a voice command and the AI will respond back to you with whatever you need. Kind of like your own personal butler. I like that. The only problem is it's only available on Microsoft Edge, which I'm never going to use. The last story I have for you is about TikTok, because in the US, TikTok is getting banned and it's official. January 19th, 2025 marks the official date that the US is banning TikTok, and this has been confirmed by TikTok in a post where they said, unfortunately, the TikTok ban was conceived and pushed through based on inaccurate, flawed, and hypothetical information. This means that 170 million Americans will no longer be able to access the platform unless TikTok agrees to sell to an American company. There are a lot of content creators that rely on TikTok for their source of income, so it's kind of unfortunate that they're no longer going to be able to access this platform. And what's worst of all, you as a consumer won't be able to get any more tech news from TikTok. So instead, subscribe to me on YouTube where I'll be giving you weekly updates on any tech news.